Alright, what up guys, Mad Scientist 7A90 here. This is going to be a hip-hop related video here. I recently did my top 10 albums of the year so far. Obviously that's changed since then. New albums dropping and, recommendations that I've seen from stuff to check out. So, that's definitely changed. If you guys want to see my updated list, it's on my channel. Go on and, flip through there and find it. I'm actually going to do, I think, a top 25 list of albums at the end of the year. Actually, gonna do it in 5 parts, from 5 to 25 and so on. I'm gonna go more into detail about the albums, what I liked and what I disliked and stuff like that. But with this one, I've been floating over some of these things, about my hip hop, album disappointments and surprises. With disappointments, stuff that I was expecting to be good or I thought should have been good, but wasn't, up to par with what I thought it was going to be. And surprises, things of rappers I've never even heard of, MCs I've never heard of, artists and stuff like that. And I thought their albums were great. So I'm gonna start with my disappointments. I just want to, before anybody gets, upset or anything like that. This is just personal opinion. Even though I have them on disappointments or anything like that, doesn't mean that their albums are bad, or they're, they weren't great or I don't like the artist. That's not it at all. I just felt like specific things about them, the album itself, I just didn't care for, or wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. So I don't hate any of these artists or anything specifically, but first I'm gonna hit, the big one that a lot of people are hating on, and it's obvious. Lil Wayne's The Carter 4. I really feel like this is one of the weakest albums he's ever done. There's a couple of tracks on here I enjoy. But when Andre 3000 and Tech Nine have the best verses on your album, that's just crazy. He does that hashtag, that metaphor hip hop, and I liked it when 6 Foot 7 Foot. I liked Mega Man. I liked that track, but the majority of this album was I just didn't care for. How to Love was horrible. I really didn't like that song at all. This was honestly one of the weakest Lil Wayne albums I've ever heard. So that's just me personally. Next is Lupe Fiasco's Lasers. I don't know, I just didn't feel like this was a classic Lupe album. I didn't think this was as good as the other ones at all. There was a couple of tracks on here I enjoyed. I don't know, I just feel like if you're a Lupe fan, you're always going to say that you'll like it. And you say it's really good. But, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. I didn't think it was super great. This next album, it's only been a disappointment because it's kind of fallen off to me over time. A lot of people still like it, but that's Saigon's The Greatest Story Never Told. I like this album. It was on my top 10, but it just kind of gradually keeps going, down and down and down. It doesn't have longevity to me. It's not something I want to continue to listen to over and over and over again, which is why I have it on disappointments. But it's still a good album. It's just something that I just don't want to listen to over and over. Tyler the Creator's Goblin. Same thing with this one. Started out, liked it when it first came out. It's just lost luster to me. The production I like. I like Tyler's production. I don't know, I just don't think I can sit and listen to horror rap all the time. It's something I just won't listen to all the time. Next, Cool G Rap's Riches, Royalty, and Respect is something I was disappointed about. I think it's because with a lot of these old school rappers, they think they garner that respect of, no matter what album they put out, it should be good and everyone should like it. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't really super, care for this. It was okay. Everyone thinks it should be, super great because it's Cool G Rap, but it just didn't do it for me. Same thing with the Beastie Boys, Hot Sauce Committee. I just wasn't for it. It wasn't something that I really cared for. And like I said, it's not that I dislike these artists. It's just a lot of times these Beastie Boys and these older guys, you think you should just like their albums just because they're legendary, hip hop artists. But I don't feel like that at all. Next, Random Acts, their self-titled album. A lot of people like this. I don't know, I didn't care for this as much as a lot of people did. It's okay, but just not something I really, was that excited about. It was okay, personally. Death Grip's Ex-Military. I didn't get this. A lot of people liked this, but I don't get it. I don't get this album at all. If somebody, who likes this, explain this to me. But I just don't get this. It's, Lil B's I'm Gay. This is actually the best, one of the better things that Lil B's probably ever done is this album, and it's still not that good. It's kind of like he's trying to be intellectual and trying to be intelligent, and he just comes off as that, as someone who, is the Justin Bieber, 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 and the hose on my dick because I look like Jesus and all that stupid crappy, people. It just came off as him trying to act intelligent. It just didn't do it for me. There was some okay songs on here. And finally, J-Rock's Follow Me Home. I don't know. I feel like this was an in-between kind of thing where it was like a growing artist, like a maturity type thing, where it was kind of how would I explain it? Kind of like a teenager like going through puberty, kind of like an in the middle type thing where it wasn't bad but it wasn't good. I don't know. To me it just wasn't great in my opinion, but it had a couple of dope tracks, but as an overall I didn't think it was that great. So that's I got 10 disappointments there. Here are my surprises, or that really stuck out to me. Danny Brown's Triple X, or 30, I guess. I thought this was dope. I liked this album. This is the first time I'd ever heard of Danny Brown, and I kept seeing people review and see it, they liked it, and I was like, I'll check it out. This guy's got his own kind of thing. He talks about, he got his own voice, and he just, something interesting about this album that I liked, the way he raps, the way he puts stuff together. I don't know. It's something interesting and different, and I really liked it. Production was good. And here's the thing I cross over is, Lil Wayne's album, The Carter 4, being a disappointment and being like not that great, how much money that made. This Danny Brown album, Triple X, was a free download, and it was a better album. I think that speaks volumes about hip-hop music. The underground feel of hip-hop music a lot of times is better these days. But, check it out. Some of you might like it, some of you might not. It's kind of you either like it or you don't, but I really enjoyed it. Next is Daily Bread's, or it's, I guess both these guys together, Hassan Mackey and Apollo Brown. Now, I heard Apollo Brown's Clouds album, liked it, but I liked this a lot more. I thought this was really good. Thought the production was really good on this. Was kind of surprising. I didn't, kind of was like, whatever, throw these two guys together, see what they do. I actually really liked this. So definitely check that out if you're a fan of either of those guys, because it's really good. Elmatic. Now, when I did my top 10 originally, I'd only listened to Elmatic from Elzai, a couple tracks from there. Something about, to me, about something like Nas's Illmatic album, to me, where it's like, if you try to redo an album like that, I just automatically turn it off. I'm like, no, you can't redo something like that. You can't take something that was great and try to redo it and make it good. I just was like, I wasn't about it. I didn't want to listen to it. I finally forced myself to listen to it, and I loved it. I absolutely loved Elzai's Elmatic. This actually made me an Elzai fan, because I kind of forced myself to listen to it, and I really, really liked it. Definitely surprised me, because, like I said, I just recreating other albums that are great to me just don't work, but this did. I really like this. But definitely check this out if you're a fan of him, or if you're a fan of Illmatic. It's very good, actually. Next, like I said, with Tyler the Creator, Goblin kind of wore off on me. Mellow Hype, Black and White. I actually like this a lot more than Goblin. I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but I actually like this a little bit more. They kind of narrowed the tracks down to a couple more. This originally came out a while back, but they narrowed it down. This was pretty good. I actually like this. Production was good. It wasn't all like horror type rap, so it was a bit different. I liked it coming out of that Odd Future group a little bit more. Apathy's Honky Kong. When this first came out, I was all over this. I really, really enjoyed this, but I'm not a huge fan of that demigod, Jedi mind tricks kind of. I don't know. I'm just not huge on it, but I really liked this album from Apathy. I thought it was very good. And it surprised me because, I'd heard of some of his other albums and it was good and some good tracks here and there. This was by far the best album I've heard from him ever. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I loved this album. Probably still in my top 10. So check that out if you haven't seen it. G-Sides, the one cohesive. Okay, I had to put the 3 dots in there. A lot of people are talking about these guys being like kind of like the next Outcast. I don't know, it's different. I really liked it. Someone recommended it to me, and I I really liked it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just kind of something different. It's like these. I think they're cousins. These two guys are cousins, and a lot of the tracks came off really well. I don't know if it's an Outcast. It's more um, old school hip hop type feel than an Outcast, with more of an electronic feel with Outcast. It's different. But if I don't know, if you're into something different, you should definitely check this out. I like this G side, the one cohesive. Next, Das Racist, Shut Up, Dude. I liked some of their songs from their other stuff. I thought they were fun here and there. I was not expecting this to be that good. I really enjoyed this album. Actually, I thought it was really good. The track they had with the LP was great. The Michael Jackson song they have is great. I don't know. You guys should just check that out. I don't know, if you're not a Des Resist fan, do you think they're more of a comedy type thing? I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was good. Blueprint, from Rhyme Sayers, The Adventures of Counterculture. I got this when this first came out because I'd not really heard much of Blueprint, but I really like this album. Coming out of Rhyme Sayers this year, probably, well, other than maybe Evidence's Cats and Dogs, probably my favorite Rhyme Sayers album this year. Atmosphere's Family Time was good, but I think I like this a little bit more. This was good. I would definitely check this out as well. Schoolboy Q's Setbacks. This guy's kind of in that group with Kendrick Lamar and J-Rock in that kind of coming up area. I kind of stumbled upon this, heard a couple things about him, never really checked it out, but I checked out this album. I really like this. I feel like this was like if Wiz Khalifa was kind of like more intelligent. I don't want to say Wiz Khalifa's dumb, but more intelligent, more intellectual. A lot of weed smoking tracks, a lot of stuff like that. But I really enjoyed it. The production was good. The rhymes were on point. I liked it, so I would check it out. And then finally, Classified's Handshakes and Middle Fingers. I'd heard a couple tracks off this prior to hearing the album. I liked them, but I just didn't take the time to actually go finally get the album. I finally did. I liked this. I really liked this. I thought it was this guy coming out of Canada. Just a lot of really catchy tracks and just fun lyrics. I don't know. I like Classified. I'm probably gonna buy some more of his stuff, or get some more of his stuff, download some more of his stuff. So I really like this. I would definitely check those out. So those are my surprises. I want to throw an album out here. I mostly do hip hop, more rap based. I don't do too much R&B, but I stumbled upon. I keep seeing a lot of people give The Weeknd House of Balloons high ratings and saying it's one of the best albums of the year as a total, not even just hip hop. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out, and lo and behold, I am not an R&B fan, not that much, but I loved this album. This is not like an R&B album I've heard in a long time. This and Frank Ocean's Nostalgia Ultra, which were both good R&B type albums. But this Weeknd, House of Balloons, I would definitely check this out, even if you're just a fan of hip-hop, because he's kind of... I'm not really quite sure what this guy's name is. I keep thinking, I think I remembered it at one time, but it's like a weird name. But it's like kind of making fun of mainstream R&B, how it's all about talking about getting girls and this and that. I don't know. I liked it. I really liked it. The production was very, very good. I would definitely check that out, even if you are a fan of hip hop in general. I would check that out. I want to throw some couple things on here at the end. Some stuff I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Drake's Take Care album I'm looking forward to. I hope it's a lot better than Wayne's album. I really do. I really honestly think to the eye, the normal eye, and the mainstream, Young Money is doing a lot of great things, but I think they kind of had personally a rough year, to be honest with you. And Nicki Minaj won some awards, and they're doing all this, and Wayne came out with his album, and Drake's coming out with his. I want this to kind of bring them up a little bit more. I feel like Drake's Take Care could be really good, and I hope it's it is really good, because I do like Drake, and I wanted to see him put some really good stuff out there. So I want to see that. That's what I'm looking forward to. The Joker's dropping an album. I like some of his mixtape stuff. It's fun. It's not like great album quality, but I like listening to it. Childish Gambino. If you've not heard of him, he's coming out with some stuff. Jeezy's coming out with some stuff. The A3C mixtape. I haven't got that yet, but I'm planning on it. And then DJ Drama's dropping an album in mid-October. So definitely going to check those out. But like I said, let me know what you guys think, what your disappointments are, what your surprises are. Like I said, this stuff was just my personal opinion. Don't get bent out of shape over it. There's just some things I like more than others. But like I said, thanks, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments about what you think. So thanks, guys. Subscribe.